if you look deeper into them and their processes as a manager, as a artist manager, what can you identify about these creative processes that your artists go through and how that contributes to their ability to produce more of that high quality creative material?
So I think it's a great question, and I think the best way to look at it is really looking if we talk about the aesthetic side of things, specifically within Post Malone and Travis Scott. Would you agree that Travis Scott's fans would probably buy more merch when it comes to appearance, clothes, for example?
Of his things, yes.
Correct, correct. Talking about branding complete, like his brand, let's say he has his own hat, for example, or
Totally.
some sort of a line. And the reason is most, in my opinion, again, it's because that's what he shows off. Like his music is about, at the end, at its core, trap music. And then what he does specifically within trap music is about expressing who he is in that financial situation, in his style. When I'm saying style, I mean like physically, where, for example, if I take Post Malone, I'm sure he has his own merch in some sort of a way. Not sure if it's
Mhm.
completely branded as like a line of clothing, but he does have merch, and the probability that his audience would buy his line of clothing, it will probably be good, but not as Travis Scott, because that's not what he tried. That's not his trademark, and that's not what he's trying to sell you. It's like the ideal concept of what he does. Post Malone is like, you feel that he's a bit more connected to himself. He's trying to express what he has to say. Not that Travis Scott is not doing that. He's just doing it differently. He's expressing different personalities, traits. So again, in my opinion, I think if you take them both and give them both line of clothings, I think Travis Scott's fans will go much, much stronger on buying those just because of what he's trying to
And do you find, I mean, we're looking at various business models for scaling up in the music industry. Do you find that the dominance that these artists have in the market already, or their virality on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, etc., is actively shaping the real world career moves for your artists, and how?
I want to say no, and I'll explain. When you get to a certain point of success, like to a point where it's not, I want to say it's even not scalable anymore, because you pretty much reached almost like the max limit in even your imagination. You are a thought leader in a way. You are like setting the tone, but you're not necessarily teaching or educating let's call it the young generation that will come after you. You need to be aware of that, and you need to do it intentionally if that's what you're aiming for. But I don't think that either Post Malone or Travis Scott, for this example, are doing it intentionally, even if they're doing it. So I can tell from my experience with my clients that they are not necessarily looking for like the big dogs in the league. In there specifically, it depends on the genres, as an educators, or like they are thought leaders. They are setting the tone, as I said before. But the moves that they are doing are not scalable for others to do. The reason they are doing those specific moves is because they can.